Okay, in the third installment of Gearing Up with SBRE Brown, we're going to have a look at two little tools that are always in my back pocket. Here they are. I think we're going to see what these are all about. Okay, welcome to the third installment of my EDC series, the stuff that I carry every day. What we have here is a very simple setup that's probably going to look ridiculous, so feel free to laugh, but this is it. And to give you an idea, this is a fountain pen. So we're talking about some very small tools here. I carry these in my back pocket, and these are just small tools. If I have to pull something out, I have to cut something open, but I don't want to give too aggressive an impression. Maybe I don't want to use this. I want to use something else that's a little bit smaller. Then I can always use these. And actually I have quite a couple of functions. So I got a little breakaway chain. I'm just going to pop that open there. And then I'm going to show you the two tools. We start with the True Utilities Scarab. This is a very small multi-tool, but it has some good things going for it. So you open it up by rotating these scales, and then you get your little tool. Now this is really small. Here you have a Leatherman Skeletal, which is not the biggest Leatherman around, and here you have a Leatherman Style CS, which is definitely not the biggest tool around. You see that this one is even smaller. Good thing about that is that it's just a very small tool. It's very light, doesn't take up a lot of weight, doesn't take up a lot of space, so you can always carry that. And in the office, this doesn't look too frightening to your office mates. As you can see, it's spring-loaded. It has your needle nose pliers, round pliers, and it has cutters. Now, I don't think I want to cut the hardest of wires with this, and there are definitely some issues with it. I mean, this is a fairly cheap tool. And you may see that the closure of this beak is not as perfectly aligned as you would expect. You see there's a little bit of play. You can push this around a bit. So clearly, guys, for the hardest work, the biggest jobs, this is probably not the tool. But hey, if you just need to pull a nail from the wall, it's going to work, right? It's just simple everyday chores. Alright, and it is spring-loaded, which I always like, makes it easy to grab stuff. Okay, I'm going to fold this back. It does have a little ring, which is very good because it allows you to put this in a keychain or whatever, as I do with a little breakaway chain. Now, the funny thing is you have these little, I call them the wings of the Scarab, which you can fold open completely. And in there are some more tools. So here you have a small flathead screwdriver, which is, well, it's not bad. And you have a little nail cleaning device and a nail file, which is only one-sided. I would have enjoyed seeing a file that had a finer and a coarser grit on both sides, but hey, as I said, it's a cheap tool. I think I paid 12 euros or 13 euros for this, so that's really not a lot. And the file, I must say, does work. It's fairly coarse, but it will definitely file away stuff, and I have used it on my nails in a pinch, and it does actually work. Fold that back in. Here we have two tools. We have a small Phillips screwdriver, definitely small, but hey, it's Phillips. It's going to fit quite some screws. And here we have a small knife blade, which I must admit, when I got it, it was pretty blunt. So I sharpened it myself, which is not easy on such a small surface. But in the end, I did get it to a decent bit of sharpness. This is some 550 paracord. And as you can see, you will cut through a cord like that, but it will take you some effort. Now, the thing is, that's not really a big issue, because you may notice, you may remember, that there was a second tool attached to this. And this is the Spyderco bug knife. So not buck, but bug. And this thing is super cute. It's a small folder. Doesn't lock in place, this blade, so be careful. But this thing is basically a razor. It's very small, very, very small. I don't have particularly small hands, but this is really a small knife. But don't underestimate this thing. So here we got some more that 550 paracord. It's a very small loop, so I don't really have a lot of leverage. But that cut through it in a single stroke. Very, very, very sharp. So I don't really need the small knife that's on here because I have this, which again doesn't take up a whole lot of space, and it's a simple small knife to use. It also has a little split ring, and this bit of cord, just a fob I made with some orthodox prayer rope knots. The reason I did that is that when I hold this, I have some more grip. You see, I have something to hold on to, and that makes it easier to hold the knife and to manipulate it. You see it goes up a bit there, you can put your thumb on there, you've got a little guard so that your finger doesn't slide on it. With such a small knife, that is very useful. Gives you pretty precise manipulation abilities because it's so small, you're holding it pretty close to the knife. I think this is a magnificent little knife. The Bug, I'm completely in love with this thing. Yes, it's super small, but you're basically carrying a scalpel. So a lot of uses. So that is the third part of my EDC video. That's what I carry. These are tools I carry. Again, the nice thing about these particular ones is that they're very small. People think they're cute. It doesn't look too aggressive when you pull that out and just cut an apple with them, which may happen with some of the other knives that I carry. I love these things. I hope you found this useful. Please always remember, a knife, it's a sharp tool. Use it responsibly. Think about what you're doing, and you should be safe. Hope this was useful, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.